Montague's message for Sunday, September 8, 2013. The energy of the awakened is now transforming your world. This increases every day as more of you see the light of truth and realize that all that you had accepted as truth is indeed false. Once awakened, the lies become so obvious, and those who peddle them show themselves as the puppets that they are. Be aware that these puppets will soon be replaced in an attempt to convince you that the new puppets are only working for the good of humanity. But the new ones will arrive in the same old packaging: fear, war, and control, just presented with a different name. Humanity should never fall for this again. Look at them when they are lying to you. You do not need to shout or raise your voice. Just show politely that you do not believe or accept what is being said. This is your big opportunity to remove the dark cabal's evil control as well as all the satanic suppression that came with it, once and for all. This can be done without bloodshed or suffering of any kind. When the people come together and refuse to be any part of the cabal's control, it will fall apart and cease to exist. They fear your awakening and they are trying to move mountains to keep you asleep and under control. You have only to look at your TV and news media all over the world to see how desperately they are trying to keep their power intact. You are being helped to see the truth by sources that you are not fully aware of as yet, but the cabal is very aware and is working tirelessly to try to prevent the full truth being exposed. When all is known about these dark ages that are now coming to an end, you will be horrified to learn the extent to which the cabal has gone in order to control you and your world. They altered your DNA, but this is now in the process of being restored. Vaccinations and drugs have been used to prevent natural restoration, but now you are awake to that scam also. The chemtrails are also being used for this purpose. How interesting that there is always money in abundance for wars and for the control of humanity. They have systematically destroyed everything. Your air, water, food. Everything that is necessary for man's survival. Yet some still hold these evil people in high esteem. Is it that they are blind to the evil, or do they acquiesce through fear? Some are indeed frightened to face the truth, but it is not going to go away. It has got to be faced and dealt with, and the sooner the better. For the killing to stop, you need to face the reality that becomes more apparent every day. It is your duty to your fellow man to protect him. The protection of the innocent is an important factor in all this. Keep in mind that the cabal which controls the puppets needs your fear and suffering in order to survive. When you stop the killing and refuse to be part of their program of takeover, they are finished, for they cannot do it without you. Do not support their war machine in any way, either in the actual killing itself or in the production of the materials of war. They can only succeed with your support, as you are the 99%. Think for a moment of what life will be like when full consciousness and full DNA is restored, and you learn who you are, and what you are capable of. Then, and only then, will you fully realize the extent of what was done to humanity in order to control your planet. You will recover quickly and you will all be going through the same experiences together, towards enlightenment. Mankind will come together and there will be no barriers of religion or race. Border controls will become a distant memory of the dark times. The rule of divide and conquer will never be used again. Governments which have created false notions of the protection of other countries whilst they invade them for gain and control, will cease to exist. Everything is based on the war machine, which is always ready for action in order to keep the energy of the killing and fear supplied to the cabal. They have thrived on the suffering and fear of the innocent. Do you wish this to continue? Are you ready to say enough is enough? We refuse to support your corrupt regimes one moment longer. Every day, you are watching the battle going on for the minds and souls of the people. Some remain confused as to whom to believe. I ask them to look into the eyes of the puppets, for they cannot look you in the eye as they deliver one lie after another. They know they will soon be dumped when they can no longer convince you to believe them. They, too, are fighting for their existence within the cabal. Those who are now on Earth with missions to fulfill are being unmercifully attacked. Serious attempts are being made to prevent them from completing their missions. Both money and mind control are widely used in an attempt to prevent them seeing clearly what needs to be done. These attacks come in many guises, but all with the same end in mind. It is when people come together in order to work together that a dark shadow appears and causes upset, differences, and friction, where none should be. The cabal fears the right people coming together. Why, oh why, do these people not see that they are being used to keep the cabal in place? You, my dear, have seen this over and over again, and recognize it when you see it. You need the strength of your beliefs and convictions to work in this field. You also need to recognize when the dark has intervened and removed those who are working successfully together. This is divide and conquer, all over again, though maybe in a small but important way. When people are working successfully together and suddenly, differences appear, almost from nowhere, then you can be absolutely sure that the dark cabal has had a hand in it. This is exactly why they have been successful. People allow them to be. I ask all of you to be fully aware of this ploy of theirs, and not to fall victim to it. Do not allow yourselves to deviate from working with the light. Together, you are powerful, and this is why they try to cause division and separation. It is important to be aware of this fact at all times. See yourselves as an army of the light, all working together with love in your hearts, for the good of mankind and for the restoration of your planet. You can do it and you will do it. Love and light to all of you, everywhere, from the world of spirit. We are with you, every step of the way. This bond of love goes on to infinity. Your adoring Monty. Channeled by Veronica Keene. MontagueKeene.com